Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Colonial Girls YouTube channel.
Today we have an awesome clothing haul for you guys.
So excited. Clothes are my second favorite thing in the world.
And we have some awesome things to show you. So let's get started. But wait, how much clothing did a colonist in 18th century America really have? Records are few, but seem to show that both working and upper-class women may have had around 60-some items. Hang on, how could a working-class person have the same size wardrobe as a wealthy person? Much like today, garment workers' labor was often cheap in the 18th century. It was the cost of materials, not the cost of labor, that determined the worth of a finished item. Also like today, working-class people could still wear the same trends as wealthy people. They accomplished that by choosing less expensive fabrics. Okay, so as you can see, I am modeling this fine linen shift.
Did you just say linen?
Yeah, I mean linen's the only way to go for shifts. It keeps you cool in the summer. You can wash it regularly, so you don't have to worry about, bad smells or anything. Make sure and wash your shift every day, ladies, and have several to switch out.
For those of you who are with the fashion, linen is one of the cheaper materials. So the fact that Miss Gina is wearing linen.
Linen was the cheapest and most common fabric. In the early 18th century, cotton was a newly fashionable fabric. Cotton and linen eventually switched places in the clothing industry. Today, cotton is cheap and common, while linen is more rare and expensive. Why? The flax plant, the source of linen, can only grow in certain environments and is very labor-intensive to turn into fabric. Cotton, originally imported from India, was considered exotic in early 18th century Europe and America. There were various types of cotton cloth, including muslin, named for Mosul, Iraq, chintz, named for China, and calico, named for Calcutta, India. Cotton was more expensive than linen, but was fashionable and in demand. To protect the English wool and silk trades, England outlawed the sale of most cotton in Britain, whether imported or domestic, with the Calico Acts of 1700 and 1721. Sale of raw cotton was still allowed, though, and so was the sale of a heavy cotton cloth known as fustian, mostly used for menswear. An English cotton fustian industry developed, using cotton mills with mechanized spinning and weaving machines. Cotton mills used child labor, with children earning 10 to 20% of an adult man's wage. Women also made up a large part of the cotton mill workforce, earning about 60% of an adult man's wage. For context, in the present, women still earn around 82 cents for every dollar a man makes. Meanwhile, colonial Americans could still get cotton because the British East India Company needed a market for the fabric. Cotton became a major part of the colonial American wardrobe. In 1774, the Calico Act was repealed, and the English cotton industry took off, with various types of striped and printed cottons becoming affordable and popular in women's fashion along with men's on both sides of the Atlantic. These developments eventually ran the Indian cotton fabric industry into the ground. Across the pond, the newly independent American cotton industry also grew by leaps and bounds because of favorable soil and climate in the American South and the invention of the cotton gin in 1792, but most importantly because cotton planters created an economy based on slave labor, forcing captive Africans and African Americans to do all of the work for no pay. So, in a nutshell, that is the story of how cotton and linen switched places in the clothing industry.
Here we have another one.
This one's a cotton, and ladies, I know cotton is all the rage now, but it really is not going to keep you as cool in those summer months as a good old-fashioned linen shift.
I don't know. I like to keep up with what's trendy.
All right, now we have this lovely pair of stays. They're made of linen. and they have this beautiful green edging.
Here's my stomacher. I think that I want to pair this with the outfit that I'm trying to go to. I'm trying to go for a blue outfit because, you know, we're getting close to springtime.
Now, as you know, ladies, a stomacher is a great way to change out your look. You can keep the same stays or the same jacket and just switch your stomacher. You can really get a new look anytime you want. So as you can see, we already have our shifts and our stays. We already have our undergarments on. This isn't that kind of video, ladies. So we have our base layers on. So let's take a look at some petticoats that we've got. So Miss Bailey's already modeling the blue petticoat.
I'm sorry you can't see the whole thing. As you can see, it's this beautiful shade of blue. Nice and flowy, easy to move around in.
Now this one is a rose colored cotton, so very fashionable.
How long does it take you to get dressed in the morning?
Well, it depends on whether Betsy's available to help or not. She's my sister.
Oh, lucky you have a sister. Oh my goodness!
Look at this color!
I think I actually like the color combination. I wasn't sure how I felt about the navy, but it's actually working with the different colors. So I picked out my stomacher that I think I'm gonna wear for the day. This one I think just matches the outfit best. So what I have to do is take these pins, try not to stab myself, and pin it to my stay. Ow.
Now pinning your stomacher to your stays is a great way to keep it from slipping around throughout your day. And as you can see, we also have these two other beautiful petticoats. If you want to switch out your look with this lovely russet colored linen, great for autumn.
Oh.
Or for those blustery days, we have a lovely wool petticoat. Now, don't be snobbish, ladies. I know wool is associated with the working classes, but nothing can keep you warm like wool.
Okay. After a few minutes of struggling, remember, I don't work well with needles, I finally got this pinned on. Now I'm actually going to cover up the pins with my gown, which I'll show you in just a second.
Right. Now we have some lovely jacket options here if you're just staying around the house, or if you're more of a working class lady, you could wear a jacket like I'm wearing right now, or if you want more of a wealthy upper class look, or even if you're working class and you're going to a special event, then you may want to pull out a gown. So
Okay.
let's look at our gown selection.
I know. This is going to be really, really hard to pick from. So we have this blue one that matches my whole blue look that I'm going for. As you can see, very nice.
We also have a lovely jacket in a dove gray wool. Just lovely for when you're relaxing around the house, doing some chores on a cold, blustery day. And I really like the sleeve detail. It's just so modern.
So again, we have this yellow dress. I don't know. Not really sure how I feel about it. It's cute, but I'm not really sure if it's the look I'm trying to go for. I have this gorgeous, gorgeous floral dress. Now, it is so cute, but unfortunately, it's just a little too small for me. Maybe this would fit a teenager or a tween, but probably too small for me. So I think I'm gonna go with the blue gown.
And then as another option, if you're staying around the house and you just want to be cozy and casual, you can try this beautiful bed jacket. No, it's not for going to bed, silly. It's just for hanging out around the house. And it has this lovely floral cotton trim. And as we know, cotton is just so fashionable right now. And there we have it. This one's cute.
Oh, I like that.
All right, so here's a lovely little spring ensemble. And it's got a lovely print in cotton, so very stylish. Although the sleeve style is a bit old-fashioned, but we can be a bit retro.
Now, here's a question. Which scarf do we style with which outfit?
As you know, a kerchief is just essential to cover that décolletage area, so we can be modest, proper ladies. And also on chilly days, it's nice to have just a little extra coverage.
Especially with how the weather's been recently. Oh, it's like it can't make up its mind.
I almost forgot my pocket.
Oh my goodness.
Now you don't want to leave the house without your pocket. So as you know, you need to attach your pocket either underneath your gown and put it right underneath where your pocket slit is. Show them the pocket slit.
Ah, here it is, found it.
Okay, but I'm going for more of a casual look today with just a jacket and petticoat, no gown. So I need to attach this underneath my petticoat so I can reach it through the hole. Okay, but how did people get all this clothing? Everyone had to sew their own clothes, right? In the 18th century, sewing was a basic skill for everyone, both women and men. However, most people only had enough skill for mending and maintaining their clothing, or for sewing simple items. Professionals, trained by apprenticeship, created most clothing. Tailors made men's clothing, mantua makers made women's clothing.
So, okay, if you were gonna wear that petticoat out, where do you think you would wear it?
Well, I think this would be lovely for a trip to the market, working in the garden, especially on a summer day since it is linen. Tea with friends.
Love tea.
I think I would probably go for either a fashionable printed cotton or even silk, depending on the event, if I was going to a more formal event.
Oh yes, our special garments are the silk ones. Looking at all these clothes kind of makes me want to get some new ones. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that we should probably schedule a visit to the mantua maker soon.
I definitely think we should make an appointment with the mantua maker.
I mean, I hear she has some new patterns in from London.
Oh, London.
Maybe even some new fabrics from France.
Oh, I hope she has silk. I need a new gown so I can wear to special tea parties and events, all that fun stuff.
All clothing was custom made for the individual, regardless of status, except for hand-me-downs and certain pre-made items that were sometimes given to enslaved people. Tailors worked by taking measurements of the customer, then creating flat patterns based on the measurements. Mantua makers worked by draping and pinning fabric into the correct shape, directly on the customer, or sometimes on a dress form.
Oh, wait a second. Stockings, duh, and shoes. Hold on one
And
second.
hats. We don't want to forget about our accessories. But wait a minute, how could the average colonist in 18th century America afford custom-made clothing? Just like today, customers would often have a tab. Merchants and shopkeepers used credit account books to keep tabs on how much their customers owed and made sure they paid off their debts. And of course, you should also have a selection of aprons, like every woman should. So let's take a look at what we have here while Miss Bailey gets the shoes and stockings ready. So we have here a lovely striped linen. And we also have a plain and simple linen. I think I'm really going to enjoy wearing these this season to keep my petticoats clean and also just to look fashionable.
Now, these stockings go a little bit past my kneecap, as you can see. And they also match my gown, the blue look. So I think I'm going to pair these stockings with these gorgeous, it looks like this is leather, these leather shoes right here.
Now, of course, you always need a cap to keep your hair neat and tidy. And it's perfect just for around the house, but since we're about to go out to the market, we thought we'd take a look at our selection of hats.
Now, this is a straw hat, as you can see. Gina, it looks like she has one that's similar, but hers is black. I think that's going to match your outfit perfectly.
And this is a very fashionable shape, as you know, called the bergère. Mine is in a navy straw. And Miss Bailey's is here in a natural straw.
If I'm being honest, I don't think this hat fits my big head, so.
And mine seems to be missing some strings, so we may need to stop by the milliner or maybe just sew some strings on at home, but she is the professional, so we may need to stop by the milliners.
Oh well. Well, thanks for tuning in to this little clothing haul / getting ready with us for the day.
And we'll see you again next season with another one.
Maybe with new clothes too.
Bye-bye, ladies.
Bye.
Men's clothes in the 18th century starts with its underwear, a linen shirt. Woolen stockings cover the legs and can be darned when worn. For the lower body, there are a number of varieties of clothing. Trousers for working class men cover most of the body and allow you to do heavy work without constraint. Breeches is the more common variety. Tight around the knee but loose around the rear, they are fashionable garments. Can be made of wool, linen, and many other finer materials as well. It was typical in the 18th century to be clean shaven for men. If unable to wear a wig, your own hair worn long and loosely tied was the norm. Neckwear was very important and many varieties existed, such as cravats, rollers, or neckerchiefs. For top garments, the varieties increase as well. Simple linen jackets for work, double-breasted jackets for extra warmth, or the typical three-piece suit of a sleeveless waistcoat, and a coat. It was rare to leave the house without a hat, whether that is an old felt round hat, a cocked hat, or a tricorn, or somewhere in between. Leather shoes with buckles complete the look. And with that, a man is ready to go about his day.
We are airing this video during Fashion Revolution Week, which exists to advocate for fair pay and treatment for fashion workers, along with good stewardship of our planet. Fashion Revolution Week takes place every year in the week surrounding April 24th, which is the anniversary of the Rana Plaza building collapse in Bangladesh in 2013. 5,000 garment workers were employed there, making clothing for some of the world's biggest brands. Over 1,000 garment workers were killed in the collapse and 2,500 injured. The theme for this year's Fashion Revolution Week is Money, Fashion, Power. After watching this video, we hope you can see the comparisons and contrasts between the 18th century and our current fashion industry. Would you like to learn more about Fashion Revolution Week and how you can make a difference? Visit fashionrevolution.org. Oh, did it fall?